Remind me, you guys have to stay in this, I like to move. Poor Mike, he's always like, Elizabeth, because they're trying to film this. So that if you guys do miss a class, Mike was nice enough to offer to film, so, and he can kind of explain. Do you want to explain how that's going to work, Mike?
Well, we have a Facebook page set up right now, and we have some of your emails. I was having a hard time loading it, so we're going to have to get you the actual address where maybe you can go directly on, and then you can just say, hey, I want to join your private Facebook group. And it's just for this group here. Nobody else can, get in it. Nobody knows about it. It's not advertised or anything. So you're the only ones that are going to know about this Facebook group. So it's your group. Elizabeth can go on and make comments. I can make comments if you have any questions on my side. But we're going to have it so it can be interactive too. So if you have questions you didn't get a chance to ask her, you can go on there and post it, and she'll be able to come on. Or you want to post pictures, or if you have any comments, you can do that as well. So feel free to do whatever you want to do with it. Well, we'll either get you the website next week. We have a lot of people that miss this class, so I know they're going to want this class for next week, so we'll make sure that they get it as well. Does that answer it? We're good? Okay.
Okay, so and just some other little housekeeping tasks. Obviously today we're doing this because thank you, Paul, letting us know that I know there's a speaker coming here. But so starting next week we'll be back at 2. This is just for today because you guys have a special thing going on here at the center. So we'll be at 2, and Lisa Gibson, who I've been kind of chatting with some of you about, is the dietitian. She's really awesome. So she'll be here for the next 2 weeks lecturing on heart healthy eating. So definitely bring your questions, whatever questions you have about what you eat, you drink, what have you. And also just another reminder that she does want and has asked for every person to bring what you eat, and we'll say what you drink, because she didn't clarify the drinking part, but what you eat and drink for 3 days. She wants you to bring it to the class next week. Okay?
She's here 2 weeks in a row.
She'll be here 2 weeks in a row, so she'll be here next week, because she didn't come today. She was going to come today, but then, we switched the schedule. She couldn't make this earlier time. Okay, are we good on that? Okay, perfect.
Is she still in Chicago?
I think she's home now. No, she's back, but it's just that she already had other stuff committed, and she was committed to 2 o'clock, so not 1 o'clock. Okay, so let me ask you guys, how did it go with the diaphragmatic breathing when you went home? Did anybody try it?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And did you try it sitting down or lying down, or both?
Sitting down.
Sitting and lying? Okay, did you find one easier, the one lying down, did you find it easier, or being seated? What did you think?
It was easier lying down for me.
Okay, yeah, and it usually is to start, but if you get the concept, some people can do it, seated as well. Did you find it to be relaxing, or was it frustrating? I mean, how did you feel doing it?
It started out frustrating.
Started out
But
frustrating?
as I did more of it, it became more acceptable.
Perfect, excellent. Okay, yes?
What is the significance of putting your hand in your head there?
It's really just to give you kind of a sensory feeling of what's going on. I mean, I don't have to put my hands there at all, but a lot of people, they like the visual, and then they can actually feel it, so they feel their belly going up and down. It's just a tactile cue, letting you know what's happening. You don't have to put it there. If you're comfortable and you know what your belly's doing, then you can.
So the natural way to breathe is up here.
No, actually, that's kind of a big question, and we don't really have time to get all to it. I mean, everybody's way of breathing is natural to them, but diaphragmatic breathing is a breathing technique we use when we want to get deep. We want to get deep breathing, more oxygen down into the lobes of your lungs. Because a lot of people breathe from their upper chest. When you're breathing from your upper chest, you're not getting fully oxygenated. So we want a lot of oxygen because it fuels the tissues, fuels your brain, you think clearer, you sleep better. So it's a way of calming your nervous system and of relaxing. Good question. Any other questions or comments or feedback about doing the diaphragmatic breathing?
It's interesting you would ask that. My husband had Parkinson's, and he signed up for Tremble Club, which is a group for singing.
I know Tremble Clubs very well. I know Karen Skipper.
The first exercise they do is 5 minutes of what she calls, like you're asking, deep breathing, because in order for you to really have a voice that projects and has this, you need to be bringing it from the base of your lungs, which is up and out. And for Parkinson's, because they can't do that, they're trying to stretch it back down so that they can. So it's something that it has so many other added benefits to us. You know, really, I wouldn't want to be in a swimming pool if I couldn't get the bottom of my lungs to bring up the air I need to get me out of that pool. So That's kind of how I think about it.
Yeah, no, excellent point. I actually teach a Parkinson's group, ATX. Yeah, so I'm very, and I know Karen Skipper very well.
Oh, you love her.
Yeah, she's wonderful. So, okay, so wonderful. I'm really impressed how many hands went up, you guys. Wow, that's really cool. So we're going to kind of continue along this theme of doing breathing and breath work. So we're going to have a couple of labs today, all right? And again, we're just kind of trying things out. Remember I told you some things are going to work for some people in this room. Other things you're like, oh, that doesn't help me. I'm frustrated with it, you know. So this is just really 10 weeks to bring you some tools to help with heart disease and other situations. I mean, even, you know, having a headache. I know there's one lady who was in here last week and she said she did some of the breathing and got rid of her headache. So there's just so many wonderful benefits to these tools. So that being said, I want to kind of, so we're going to go through 3 different breathing techniques. I put some notes on the board to kind of help us along here. You can feel free to take notes if you want, or come up afterwards and take notes. But again, we're going to try these and see which ones, maybe all of them, you know, work for you very well. So the first one we're going to talk about today is this, what's called the stimulating breath. And as the name implies, it's also called the bellows breath, but it's stimulating. It's like you want to increase your level of awareness, your level of energy. You know, instead of maybe going for a cup of coffee, you could try doing the stimulating breath, okay? And I've lectured all kinds of different ages and groups, corporate people to kids and so forth, you know, just trying to create some stimulation, level of alertness. So, on all of these breaths, just so when we exercise, if we're exercising, we should always warm up first, right? I mean, especially as we get older. I mean, there's some now research talking about, do you need to warm up, do you not? You know, they say now cool down is more important, but for our sake, it's good to warm up. Same thing when you're breathing. You know, just to take a few natural, normal breaths. So if your normal, natural breathing is in and out your nose, then you're going to breathe in and out your nose. You're just kind of getting yourself prepared for whatever breathing you're doing, whether it's diaphragmatic or stimulating or the relaxing breath, okay? So I always tell people, you know, do like 3 or 4 normal breaths, just getting yourself into the moment of what you're doing, all right? Now, when we do the stimulating breath, what I want to do with these is I want to first demonstrate to you, all right? And then we'll let you partner up and try it, okay? But please just let me do it. Don't do it, just listen, because we don't want anybody doing something wrong, and this is still a big group, and so this way we can answer everybody's questions and make sure we're all on the same page, and we'll go to the next one, all right? So, with the stimulating breath, and again, you're just gonna listen and watch me, this breathing technique is done completely in your nose, all right? So we're not using our mouth at all, all right? Your lips will be closed, just relax, you're not, you know, pushing your lips, you're just comfortable and relaxed. But everything is going to be done in and out your nose. And you're going to be trying to breathe in and out with equal duration, all right? So if you're breathing in, you want to kind of keep your exhale the same as your inhale and as short as possible because we're stimulating. We're not trying to relax, we're trying to wake ourselves up, all right? So in and out the nose. When we start, we only really do it for about 15 seconds. You don't even have to do 15 seconds, you could do 5 seconds, whatever feels comfortable for you. Oftentimes people feel, especially in America, bigger is better, more is good. You know, I go out to eat, I want a whole big thing of food, or else this isn't a good place. Well, that's not always the case, right? Oftentimes that's not always the case. And that's the same thing here. We don't want to hyperventilate, that you're breathing in and out so much you start feeling lightheaded and dizzy. You're just breathing in and out for 15 seconds. 15 seconds goes like this. And slowly, you build up to about a minute, and I'm talking slowly. It could take over a month, it could take a couple of months, no more than a minute. You don't need to sit here and do the stimulating breath for 5 minutes. You actually probably would not. You'd probably pass out if you tried doing it for that long of duration. So, when we do it again, in and out your nose, I start with a warm-up breath, right? I'm gonna just breathe normally. And you're going to hear it. I mean, it's pretty, and I'll stand this way so don't kind of get on anybody, but I mean, you're going to hear it coming in and out of my nose, all right? Any questions? Good? All right, so let me just kind of show it to you first. So I'm going to just take a normal couple of breaths. begin. "15 seconds. Did you hear that? You see how it's quick, sharp, do, 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 do. All right? And again, with all of these, just do what feels comfortable to you. All right? Just do what feels comfortable to you. But it's not where I'm going. No, because I'm trying to wake up. I'm trying to get myself alert, okay? All right, since there's no questions, what I want you to do is partner up, all right, with somebody, and let's try doing this. Remember, first, let somebody be the observer and somebody be the breather, and just take a couple of normal breaths, and then we'll go into the stimulating breath. And only 15 seconds, only 15 seconds, all right? All right, so go ahead and partner up with somebody. And if somebody doesn't have, we have Mike and myself, looks like they're all and we can have a group of 3 if we need to.
Oh, yes, again? Oh,
Okay, I'm going to stop you guys for a minute, because whoever's the observer, identify who the observer is. That person needs to make sure this person's not doing it more than 15 seconds. So either you need to count to yourself 1 and 2 and 3. I mean, don't do it out loud because you're going to annoy the person breathing, but only 15 seconds, all right? We don't want to be doing this for 5 minutes. All right, so go ahead whenever you're ready. And when you're doing it a couple times, and then when you're done it a couple times, you just turn around in your chair and I'll know that your group is done. There's no rush. This is not a rush. No, you didn't. Do you want me to go through? Okay, so this is, so what we're doing is we're going over these 3 different breathing techniques. So right now, we're using the breath to use everything with like stimulus, like how you switch the word, like your orange, the coffee, try to so when you do it, it's all done in your ears. It's a short duration and equal length. So your inhalation should be the same length as your exhalation, right? You only do it for the low, it's 1 second, not like 5 minutes. And I'm over time, because you didn't, I think you didn't catch it, over time you can build up for a minute, but you don't want to do any more than that because you're hyperventilating. Yes, hyperventilating. So when you do it, and you always like to do any of these breathing techniques, even diaphragmatic, you always want to do a normal breath. So just normally breathe for 3 minutes, or just your normal breath, and then you would go. Yeah, that's it. 15 seconds. Yep, so 15 seconds. 15 seconds, so you have to time it. No more than 15, okay? Yeah, I'm going to probably do that. Right. He's great. I was thinking about that too. That's a good idea. It's a good idea, Mike.
Yeah.
Or Ed. Think of your last name, Malone. Okay, are we good? Everybody looks like they're turned around. Okay, any questions on that? Go ahead, Paul.
This is nothing like Breath of Fire.
No, this is not Breath of Fire. No. And again, this is just to you don't want to do any more than 15 seconds. I mean, I keep driving it home because I just have seen it with people, they want to do more than that. So that's it. And they were saying you can't really do it even for more than a minute because you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it.
Is it possible to pass out if you overdo it?
Absolutely, you could. Yep, absolutely. And especially if you have a heart condition, which, you know, I read through some of the stuff that you guys gave me, the liability forms. I read through all of yours. Those of you gave it to me, so I know who's in the class. I mean, I don't know, you know, I don't know everybody's name. I actually only know one person's name, my friend here, and Mike. But, you know, I have an idea. So there's, you know, that's what we're here for is a heart, you know, to keep that healthy. So even more, you want to be conscientious of that. So.
How often are you supposed to do this?
It's not really, that's not how it's not a breath pattern really that way. It's really if you're just feeling kind of sleepy, lethargic, you want to try something like, instead of grabbing a cup of coffee, this is just a tool. And remember, tools are what they are. They work for some people and they don't work for others. So I'm just kind of showing you guys a number of different techniques that you'll have in your toolbox at the end of 10 weeks that you can take with you. Okay? Good question.
How many times do we do that?
You just do it for 15 seconds. It's not
Just
how many,
once.
that's once, just once. And then you would build up, you know, for a minute and that's it. So, for instance, let's say when I'm lecturing to college students, all right, you know, all-nighters, which I have. So I'll say instead of going to Starbucks, you know, buying all these fancy coffees that also cost as much as your tuition, right? That maybe this might be something you could do. Like instead in your dorm room, you know, go and start doing a stimulating breath instead of having a bunch of caffeine. I'm not saying it's going to help. It may not, but here's just a tool.
It can't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, well, it could hurt. It could hurt depending on the person, but you know, a tool is as good as the person also doing it, right? Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is the even breath, all right? So, pretty much as the name implies, we're looking at having the inhalation. Everyone knows what I mean when I say inhalation, your inhale, exhalation, your exhale, right? Okay, so again, all of these breathing patterns, you do a warm-up breath. So you do a couple of normal breaths, just your own breathing pattern, whatever it is, it's fine, okay? Then before we begin this, we're going to do a little body awareness. I'm going to have you guys do a little body awareness exercise, just kind of becoming familiar with your breath. And then we're going to go into the even breathing. When we do even breathing, all right, we're first just going to kind of identify what is our inhalation, like how long mentally to ourselves does it take for us to do an inhale? Maybe to a count of 3, maybe to a count of 4. And then what's my count when I exhale? Might be 2, you know, 1, 2, I've exhaled. Now I'm breathing in and just do normal. Don't change anything, just whatever works for you. It's your breath, all right? It's all good, right? Then what we're going to do is try to make the inhalation and the exhalation be the same count. All right, so this is going to be a process. All right, so first thing I want you to do is I just want you to sit comfortably. If your legs are crossed, if you can uncross your legs. So we want to always have good support in our pelvis. That's just, sorry, the PT in me. So what I'm going to, just if you can put your hands in your lap, just put your pencils down or pens down for sheets aside, whatever, just relax. And I'm going to ask you if you're comfortable to close your eyes. Some people aren't comfortable closing your eyes. That's fine. You can keep your eyes open. But if you can close your eyes, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes right now. And I just want you to take, just normally, not changing anything, just take a couple of breaths. Just breathe in your nose and out your nose. And I just want you to notice as you breathe in, kind of the coolness of the air as it hits your nostrils. And as you breathe out, noticing kind of the warmth as it comes through your nostrils. Now, without opening your eyes, just mentally to yourself, I want you to count the length of the inhalation and the length of the exhalation. Now, without opening your eyes, I want you to try to make the length of the inhalation be the same count as the length of the exhalation. And don't try to think about it too much, just relax into it. Ready, I want you to slowly open your eyes. So how did that feel? Relaxing? Can't talk, right? So relax, go get me a cot, get me a blanket, I'm done. So that is an even breath. That's what they mean by even breathing. The reason we do even breathing, if you, again, you're going to hear me say this over and over and over again, if this works for you, the reason we do it is calming, relaxing, encouraging what we call the parasympathetic nervous system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is the nervous system that controls relaxation of the body. So we're just trying to encourage that system, stimulate that system, so that we can relax. And that's known as the even breath. There is no time limit to do the even breath. It's not if I do 5 minutes, it's better than 4 minutes. There's no frequency. I should do it 4 times. I haven't found anything in the research, and that's another thing, if you guys have not already figured that out about me, you will. I'm very much about research. It's not my opinion. It's not Mike's opinion. It's not Humana's opinion or ATX opinion. It's what does the research say. If I can't find anything in the research, I'm going to say I don't know, because I haven't found a research article that speaks to that. So that is the case with this breath. So this is just a breath that you could use. You're having a crazy day, whatever. This is, you could go away, get a quiet place, and try doing some even breathing. Okay? Any questions about the even breath?
Like, for instance, I'm thinking to myself that I probably don't breathe as well as I should.
Most of us don't, if we're being honest.
Seems like my breaths are going like 3 counts. And I'm aware that it's probably a partial of what I should be doing. And so I'm thinking that, is that okay? I mean, I'm still here.
Right. Yeah, I mean, whatever's normal for you is okay. I mean, the whole idea of that, and I don't mean to sound facetious in this, what I'm going to say, but, as long as you're breathing, and I mean this in all seriousness, that's the point, that's the goal. And as you do these breathing techniques more, you're going to find it goes deeper, because you're also, last week we talked about the diaphragm, it's a muscle. So where the diaphragmatic breathing is also helping to build the strength of that muscle. So just like if I did a bunch of bicep curls, right, I'm building the strength of my biceps. So you're building strength in your respiratory system. So as you do that, you're going to see your breath probably will get deeper. I mean, just naturally. I've noticed with mine, since I started doing this and teaching it now, and doing it personally, I mean, it's amazing. I'm pretty small, and you guys, almost everyone said last week you could see my belly come out. And that's all muscle. And that's, I don't have a lot going on here, so that's how much I've trained and I've worked my diaphragm. Okay?
Listen, I had a doctor's appointment last week, and I walk in, I get my blood pressure checked, and it's pretty high. I'm like, my blood pressure's never high. The doctor says, you probably, it's just anxiety. He says, just sit down and relax. And I thought about Liz, but I said, let me just relax and do some of those breathing exercises. Well, it was at 150. By the time I got done with my breathing exercises, it went down to 125. So it definitely does help, yeah.
Wow, great testimony. That's wonderful. And I've actually, and I am going to ask you guys at the end of this meeting, 10 weeks, to write down testimonials, because as I shared with those of you who were here the first class, you guys are the first ones in Orange County to go through this, right? So we want to help others and show them some of the benefits of going through the tools. And I had another gentleman who has Parkinson's and went through not this particular, but the ATX, I have a separate just ATX program, and he comes faithfully with his wife to my ATX classes that I teach. And he takes his blood pressure, because at the center they have a blood pressure machine. He takes a pre and post doing the class, and he's always amazed. He's actually on my website. If you guys, and if you have a chance, I think it's in the information as a website. There's tons of testimonials, but his testimony is one of them, and his blood pressure dropped by like 15 points. And he consistently does that. He goes right before the class, he does the work, he does the breathing, all of our, we do just pure ATX, and he leaves and he puts his hand in, and he's just amazed by his blood pressure. And he told me the same thing. He said he has white coat syndrome, and which means you see a white doctor, and I actually, believe it, I have that too. I mean, I told you guys I have lupus, and you think and I get the white coat, my blood pressure, and my doctor's like, oh, Elizabeth, lay down, and and I'm like, Elizabeth, just, and then I start breathing, wham, it goes right down. So, it's interesting, it's very powerful, our breath is so powerful. Okay, let's go to our last breathing technique. This is the 4-7-8 breathing, or relaxation breath. Some of you, has anybody heard of Dr. Andrew Weil? Anybody heard of Dr. Andrew Weil? Okay, see a couple heads nodding. So Dr. Andrew Weil is an MD. He was a former Surgeon General of the United States. He's probably the leading expert in the world on integrative medicine. And so this is a breathing technique that I learned through his website and stuff that he does. And so this is a very powerful breathing tool. So it helps to calm your nervous system, it helps to lower any kind of tension, any stress, any worry, and then we'll kind of go through, if you keep doing this, it actually helps to lower your blood pressure, your heart rate, it'll help improve your digestion, and he says it's a very powerful anti-anxiety breathing pattern. So, how this breathing pattern works, all right, again, let me just demonstrate it, just listen and just watch, okay? Because this one's a lot more specific than the other two we've covered, all right? So, when you do this breathing, again, you're just listening and watching. We're going to breathe in our nose. You're not going to just, again, listen. I keep saying it because I know people will start doing it. So you're breathing in your nose for 4, then you're going to hold it for 7, and you're going to breathe out for 8. So we're going to breathe, and don't do it, because there's more to it than that, but wait, there's more, all right? So we're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 7, breathe out for 8. Got it? In for 4, hold 7, out 8. Now, that's one cycle. That's considered one cycle, all right? When you breathe out, you're just not breathing out, all right? You're breathing in your nose for 4, holding for 7. When you breathe out, you make a whooshing sound, like a, okay? I mean, everybody's whooshing sound will be your whooshing sound. Mine's going to be different than yours, right? But you're going to breathe out the whooshing sound. When you're breathing in for 4, your lips are closed, right? Your mouth is not open. So you're breathing in for 4, holding 7. You breathe out with a whooshing sound. Then I breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Okay? So, what Dr. Andrew Weil suggests is that, so I said that this whole breathing in for 4, holding for 7, breathing out for 8, that's one cycle. All right? He recommends doing this for 4 cycles, twice a day to begin. So this kind of answers is more specific. So you can do 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, or 4 in the morning, 4 in the evening, twice a day. All right? After about a month, he says you can increase it to 8 cycles. So you can do 8 in the morning, 8 at night, and let me tell you, it goes really fast. You're going to want to do more than 8. Well, at least I do, because it feels so awesome. After about 2 to 3 months, if you do it consistently, I mean, it's not here and there and here and there, you're not going to, it's just like going to the gym. If you go once a week, you're not going to see results. You have to go consistently, right, to see results. Same with your breath. All right, so if you go consistently, he said you'll start to see your blood pressure coming down, your heart rate coming down. It actually helps to improve your digestion. It's a very powerful anti-anxiety. All right, so helping with all that emotional, mental stuff as well as the physiological. All right, so I'm going to do it. You guys kind of show, and obviously I can't talk because I'm holding it. And then, so let me do it, run through it for 2 cycles, and then we'll again partner up. We'll have an observer and the breather, and kind of watch and go through it for 4 cycles. 4 cycles, all right? The breather will go 4 cycles. All right, so just watch me first. So I'm going to do my normal breathing, a warm-up breath, right? Okay, now I'm going to begin. Everyone heard that, right? Okay, so let's get in our groups, identify who's going to be the first breather, who's going to be the observer. You're going to run through this cycle for 4. That's just like you would do at home, all right? So, yes?
One and then two.
No, you do the whole, you do 4 cycles. The breather does 4, and the observer's watching, and then you'll switch. But so at home, you would do 4 cycles, once a day, and then 4 cycles another part of the day. All right? Okay. Wait, hold on. There's another question, you guys. Before we begin, let's
I'm
answer.
sorry.
That's okay.
I'm kind of dumb.
No,
So
there's no.
are we taking turns, like she's gonna be doing it and I'm watching her and then I'll do it?
You'll
to
do.
watch me?
You'll do 4. You'll do 4 times. Breathing in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold. 4 cycles, and she watches you, and then she's going to do it, and you're going to watch her.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Perfect.
You want to go first? You want-
All right, go ahead, go for it.
Hold it 7 seconds, and then.
Good job.
Do I feel what? No?
Yes. No, don't worry, do it in your breath.
Don't choke. Easily,